Welcome to the TC Podcast. I am Scout154, and today we're joined by 10 Bullets, Mario, and Vindy Viper. And today we'll be discussing Battlefield 1 and Beta pros and cons, likes, dislikes, and should we be hyped or should we not? Mario, since we want to get you out of the way first, what are your pros and cons for Battlefield 1 Beta so far?
Instead of mailing like to charge, why can't you press 2 analog sticks? Sometimes you're still used to Battlefield 4. For example, you try and knife someone, but you charge them and you go past them and you shoot you in the back because fuck you. Nice sleep. Also, tanks, do something with them. Even if you're skilled engine assault, you cannot take down a heavy tank. No matter how skilled you are, you can't take it down.
Well, that's it. I have taken down a few, but that's because I've been running anti-vehicle before. You're talking about all these guys like Call of Duty veterans and stuff like that aren't au fait with all this stuff and trying to take down a tank. They're probably the ones trying to get into a tank as quick as possible.
I'll earlier by myself, okay? I was wrecking a tank by running everything. I shot all my 80 rocks, I hit everything with all I got was a 15%. And I couldn't do anything to it. I could smear it with my bullets, and what do? They don't fuck off. Like, you need to do something that a skilled player can take down a tank, but a skilled one, not a noob.
It's the same as me driving it. I wreck a tank by driving it.
Also, the way they set up the medic class is kind of weird. Like, I understand they want to balance all the guns, that every class has its own kind of range, but a medic's supposed to be in close range, not in mid-range. How am me as a medic, I'm supposed to pick up a guy who's 50 meters away from me because I have to be in mid-range? Come on, how? Because any assault can wreck me. And no matter what gun, what skill, like if I have good skill and I surprise him, okay, I can take him down. But in combat, if you have the same amount of skill, I'm dead because he has the better gun for that situation, and I can't do anything about it. There's nothing. Also,
well, that's the same situation you run into in Battlefield 3 and 4. I mean, we have to eventually learn how to take tanks down and stuff like that by ourselves. It took us a while to become good at what we are.
I used all my equipment, 80 rockets, all of them. I hit them with all of them. I used, and there was nothing I could do to them more. All I could do is smear with my bullets, and they do anything. They do nothing.
Yeah. But you've got to remember, those people have to be in the mindset of, we are anti-vehicle, we are nothing but anti-vehicle. If there's not a vehicle around, then we'll go capture a flag. If not, let's go blow up a vehicle.
And you also have to remember that they are trying to push more team-driven gameplay and getting away from the singular gameplay like Battlefield 3 and 4.
Now, Battlefield 1, they don't care. There's literally 10 snipers on Foxtrot Cliff because fuck all of you.
What you're talking about there is personal choice of a player, even though they are now focusing, because you can actually go in and capture a flag, and if you do the conditions right, instead of getting away with what we just had on Battlefield 4, which was 400, and I think it was 300 on Battlefield 3, you can get anything up to 1,500 points for that one capture. But the mindset of a player is still the same. Well, if they want to go sniping a rock, they don't care about anything else that's going on. They are just trying to snipe people, which is where I lead on to one of the things that I have, which is where I would really like them to implement one of the things that they did within, if anyone remembers the old game of Mag, if someone isn't pulling their weight as a team player within that game, you didn't just get kicked from your squad, you got kicked from the server, which is the World War I equivalent of getting shot for desertion.
I don't know why they won't do it on the console version.
Trying to keep the player base happy, I suppose, because again, if everyone knows that they're going to be kicked off, maybe they'll lose a percentage, but if they're supposed to be a team playing thing, that's what's going to set them apart from Call of Duty. Just that one change. I think they're too afraid to do it, thinking that people will just go on just because they want to snipe. But look how much of a cult following Mag had because of the mechanics like that.
Right. What's wrong with the horses? Okay,
like, I know they've got to tone them down to stop them looking more attractive.
And let's move on to Vindy. What do you think?
Well, the pros and cons for the game. Fair enough, it's got a good set of classes, but when you look at the old traditional Battlefields, you always had like an NG, assault, support, and recon. I don't like how they've got medic as a class on its own when it used to be just assault. I think when you look at the weapons are decent, but it's the hit radius. When you look at hit radius, whenever you look at the stats on a weapon on a Battlefield 1, it always tells you how close the weapon actually is. It's like they're aiming for hip fire. They're trying to get the Call of Duty guys over to the Battlefield franchise, because mostly what they do on Call of Duty is either hip fire or quickscope, because you could actually quickscope with a sniper rifle. Well, I think that's what you're going to see is that, say, like, Call of Duty players will end up probably sniping because they can't play the game properly. Because when you look at the gameplay, it is a simulation. When you look at Battlefield 4, fair enough, that was an awesome game. It had its problems at the start, I do think Battlefield 1 will have the same problems, because getting anything off the
There's always
shelf
going to be a
and
percentage.
actually, yeah.
But if you, to be fair though, we are only basing this off Sinai Desert at the moment, and obviously because it's so much open ground, that's where you're seeing it. But if you look at how we used to play on Battlefield 4, it was still no problem sneaking up a bit. How many times have we snuck up behind an edge of the map sniper and stabbed them, or blowtorched them, or defibbed them? Just as long as we've still got the same ability to be able to do that, to counteract that, I don't think it'll be that much of a problem.
Also, speaking of cosplayers, there is a kind of. Did you notice that there's a sliding option in the game now?
Yeah, but I haven't used it.
Yes.
I feel so unnatural. I feel like I need to change my trousers, or my mum's going to tell me off.
Very true.
Yeah. This isn't the wedding and I was 8.
We're going to have Reaper join in on a little bit of insight real quick on his views.
Well, I just heard you guys talking about Battlefield 4 and how when it first came out it was a little bit glitchy and a little bit...
2 words, netcode.
My only insight on that is I hope when Battlefield 1 comes out it's actually a finished game. I understand DICE and Activision, you know, are like, try to pump out games that are better than each other's all the time. Call of Duty and, you know, Battlefield. But what I hope DICE will learn, Battlefield fans don't care if the game comes out before the next Call of Duty comes out. We care if the game is finished and there's not a bunch of bullshit and garbage going on that constantly causes us to crash or lag or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm a diehard Battlefield guy, but I do like Call of Duty. There are some aspects of it that I do like, and as of the moment right now, the only reason I'm getting the new one coming out is because of the Modern Warfare remake. The only game I had for years on the PlayStation 3, and I absolutely loved the shit out of it because, you know, it was something new. It was the first Call of Duty game that came out that was actually present time, and they did a beautiful job on it. They did great. It seemed like they rushed it, like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. It seemed it was pretty much the same game, but like you said, they just remapped it and reskinned players. You can go on Steam and stuff like that, and you can download indie games that are very well made, very nice graphics. They don't have many problems, if any problems at all, because, you know, these are individual people that are making these games and they're taking their time on it. You could download a game that's only got like 2 out of 5 stars, but it's one of the best games you've ever played because they took their time making it. Like Outlast. Outlast is a perfect example of that.
And they still cost less than my weekly porn allowance.
I don't know, man. It's just like indie games, when you get the right people working on them, they took 3 or 4 years or something like that to make Outlast, and it was a fantastic game, and I loved it. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Mike's
but then they made a DLC, and now they're making an Outlast 2. And this all started from a individual development group that was just like, hey, let's make a scary ass game. It'll, you know, $15 on the PlayStation Store or free for PlayStation members. And then they keep going with it, and, you know, then like so many people, so many YouTubers have played the shit out of that game.
In my opinion, you should be able, like, in Battlefield 4, there should be something that would not encourage sniping. As in, like, yeah, I'll sit on the cliff.
Yeah, but that's the same to say not encourage shotguns, because again, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I don't remember any military conflict where, for example, the primary weapon was a shotgun in there. Maybe in urban environments and more police-based tactics, yes, they then include shotguns. But most of it, you'll be given an assault rifle, whether it's an L85, L86, SO2.
To be honest, it's only for the CQB classes, which is the assault. So that's okay. You can count that easy because
I fully understand that.
I would love if there was no shotguns in the game, but they just want to add them to have that weapon diversity, if you know what I mean. Like, they can't just not have shotguns. Well, as much as people would love not having shotguns, there's other people that would like it because, you know, it's just a different weapon. This is why I really hope when you rent a server in Battlefield 1,
we can get the same controls of PC on PS4 or Xbox, whichever one. To be fair, the machines are just as powerful to be able to do that, and certainly considering those servers are actually personally based on a server owned by EA. There's nothing wrong with you going in and actually putting it on from a next generation console. That server is not being run by your PlayStation or your Xbox.
Yeah, but
so it's an easy way for them to do it, and they need to incorporate it.
Gadget or any weapon you don't want to be used in that game, so you don't have to like kick people, have to message. That's all done. It's just If you want to join my server, you follow my rules.
That way they don't get the option of actually using it. You know, right, tell anyone can use a shotgun. Oh look, they're not available to me. They've then got the choice of carrying on playing or they just leave server without causing any ruckus. So it's prevention better than cure.
Basic. Also, they should not have done what they've done with the medic, like skip a revive. That's kind of like a COD thing, if you ask me. You never was able
Yeah.
to skip a revive. Also, why do I have to request a revive? Also, what they should have done is, right now, if you revive a random blueberry, you get 25 points. If you revive a teammate, you get 50 points. Basically, what
Need
it's
to make it
telling
more.
me,
That's why so many people used to get picked up on mag, because for one kill you got 100 points. For a pickup you got 200. If they want this team play to happen, they need to give more points for revives. My final stuff, apart from the stuff I've already mentioned, definitely more highlighting for the medics. You know, they need to see that a person's down both with a non-squad mate and a teammate. Again, they've got to encourage more team play like they had a mag. And because it is World War One, you have that option of saying shot for desertion. That's what they used to do. Right, we're going to put you in the brig, we're going to do this and the other. But if you're not playing as part of the team, you're gone. And I guarantee you, if that was to happen, the gameplay on there would be absolutely wonderful. That way people have actually got a decision to say, well, actually, yeah, right, we agree with the one sniper up there shooting over in there, certainly if he's a really good sniper. You know, half these guys are literally running a .003 KDR. What they're trying to do is just get that one kill that they're going to get for the entire game of sitting there for 30 minutes. If people actually look up there and go, why are there 3 snipers? Tell you what, I'll go check the scoreboard to see which one of those 3 guys have got the most kills so far. We'll leave him up there and then give them the option, like you get a warning, and then see if they move. If they fail to move, right, then I'm doing the official one, and then other people can vote in. It's if they could do that on PlayStation 3 on a game that they could do 128 versus 128, I'm sure DICE have the capacity to actually install that into their game. Aside from that, we'll just have to see how the gameplay goes. Maybe well done DICE for actually doing it on quick match now. I think it's the 3rd question down. It says checking your area. So now quick match will actually put you into your local one. But what I would say for the moment is, as we noticed over it, a lot of the people when they're doing quick match, certainly from the KSA end, which should be more really for Asia, they're still coming over into Europe, and they are the ones that are going to be causing lag.
yeah, what you do is they can manually choose the server.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. This is the difference between actually someone just going quick match and then ended up on a Brazil server, which is what can still happen on Battlefield 4. But if someone goes quick match nowadays, it should be, right, I'm just going to stick you into your local area. If you then find someone who's playing out of a region, then they are physically there because they chose to be there. Now, all right, all well and fair if they're actually joining some of their British friends, say on a European server, or maybe they have friends from Germany. Completely understand that. But if they are just physically going out of region because they feel that they can get better kills and everything and slow down everyone else's game, that's why it's got to be seen. So if you see a Brazilian on a European server with no other people on there, why the hell is he there? Considering we know then that quick match, because I understand that the Sony ethos or the Xbox ethos is to say, yes, everyone in the world has the ability to play with each other. But you don't have to give it as the priority. That tell you what, the first option is tell you what, we're going to stick everyone in Europe on a Japan server. And I think if they do that and they start taking that ethos, which doesn't actually break Sony or Xbox terms and conditions, then it should be a win-win situation.
Plus, when you look at it this way, it's just that the cross-platform play, they're meant to be implementing that pretty soon. It will certainly be interesting if it is implemented on Battlefield 1. It would probably balance out a lot more, because if you look at it this way, see, like, fair enough, you've got Xbox servers and PlayStation servers. If they're working together, it's going to be completely smooth whenever you're going to be playing on a server, especially in game.
Well, that's the thing. How embarrassing would it be for if one of those platforms, like their servers go down, but then the other two are sitting there smoking, going, well, ours is still working. It's going to have to be the smoothest gameplay or the best, for example, best refresh rate and absolutely everything on there to prove that they can keep up with each other.
Yeah, because it's out of balance with like fair play in a game. As you see on Battlefield 4, when you've got like no shotguns rule on a server, you'll always get a few which just like to be an ass and actually go and break the rules, and you have to back out to actually kick.
Now, this is my own personal opinion on this one. In as much as they're going to try and leave Levolution out of it as much as possible, yes, we do have the dust, the sandstorm and everything like that.
Yeah.
I know some certain people didn't actually like too much on the Levolution side. So, for example, I know that Jag Frags himself has already stated that he didn't like the idea of building falling down in Shanghai because it then changed the pace of everything. Meanwhile, I think I was on the opposite side to say, everyone, certainly on the PlayStation side, You used to see how many people used to camp up in Bravo and then they use that as the jumping point. So how else could you actually counteract that without bringing down the building? And I think in as much as it just changed the entire game from that point onwards. But I think Levolution, where it'll actually change the style of the play of the game, so people could then parachute over and then they had to use the bridges or started swimming across, was a really, really good idea. Gameplay changing Levolution, I think, would be the better thing rather than just doing it for fantasy's sake.
So like, if you look at Flintstone as because it makes the player adapt to the environment that they're actually in. Because when you look at it, it's like you're playing against, like, say, other players. Fair enough, when we do get the game, Battlefield 1, I will be definitely getting it because I do like it. There are only a few flaws in there, but the thing is, that's why we've got a beta.
Scout?
Alright, what's everybody's views on it so far?
Definitely going to get. All in all, it's worth playing.
It's a big.
I think we're all agreed on that one.
It's good. It's good in aspects. I think it's like it has to be team play driven. Because how are you going to win on a conquest match when it's that kind of size of a map? Because
people need to pull together, and I know they're offering more. You know, they've got the choice for the moment. They've given them everyone extra points, and for example, anything up to 1,500 points to be able to capture things, which is your carrot. But they still need the stick. It's about time they had the stick.
Also,
what
I think we should do is encourage more squad gameplay. By that I mean,
they're trying to. That's what they're doing with the carrot.
By that I mean is, you know the way a lot of people use party systems, right? What they should encourage is more like actually using the games.
Well, that's the thing, though. Yeah, that's why they're doing extra points. But a lot of people still are of the idea. Well, tell you what, I just want to snipe. That's my thing. That's what I want to do. They don't want to play a part. Alternatively, they could actually get themselves into a squad and say, right, tell you what, I'll be your sniper, and then the rest of the guys are saying, well, in that case then, as we traverse this area, which is open land, I want you to make sure that no one actually gets to me, rather than them just trying to get a 2,000 meter kill.
I like the gun placements in the game, because how are you going to deal with a tank? Fair enough, you're going to be gun placements are situated everywhere on that map.
I did like them because it was much better than trying to, like with the old tower launchers on Battlefield 4, trying to work out, right, if the helicopter's over there, how much do I have to turn it? And this time it's now just point and shoot again, which gunfire is always good for me. I love gunfire.
See the artillery truck? I do like that vehicle because, fair enough, it's got the big massive cannon on the top, but also it can lay mines.
Tell you what, best thing ever, Dice, right now, bring back Team Chat. The machines are powerful enough to do it. I know they weren't on the old ones, that's why you had to take it out, because you had to keep the system the same between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. That's why you took out Team Chat. Guarantee you, if you bring back Team Chat, I promise we'll be good with it.
For now.
Well, we'll see. No, I mean, if you think about it, that's what we used to do. I play Battlefield 3, 12 guys, all on Team Chat, one guy playing as the commander, giving, right, Alpha Squad, I need you over to there, Bravo Squad, I need you to there. It worked fantastically.
See, they need to bring that back. They really need to bring that back. Or even the options of going between game chat and, like, party chat and all that kind of stuff.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, that would definitely work. Yeah, I mean, if you look, but at the same time, I think they used the same sort of model from when they went from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 for Battlefield 4. I think they used the same sort of sound system that worked very well on PlayStation 3, but when we got party chat and everything on Sony, you ever remember the game chat from PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
On Battlefield 4. It was horrid. Absolutely horrid. And it's that kind of thing. They need their internal game sounds to be as good as party chat to entice those people back.
Final closing point, any major world news in your area?
No major news over here, we're very boring.
Thank you for tuning in to another TC podcast. We like, subscribe, we appreciate any content that you enjoy. Leave us a thumbs up. Have a good day, y'all.